Here's a question I get fairly often. It goes something like this. Stephan, there's this guy, he's bigger than me, he's younger than me, he's stronger than me, he's better looking than me, he's more technical than me. How do I beat this person? And if the person truly is better than you in all ways, physically and technically, and he's got good warrior spirit, you're not going to beat that person unless you get really, really lucky and they make a huge mistake, which is not something that we're talking about. We're not going to count on that. So how do you beat somebody who's bigger than you, or stronger than you, or younger than you, or has a whole bunch of advantages? Well, you need to find at least one advantage of your own. One area where you are better than that person. This can be a technical advantage, right? Maybe you're really good at De La Riva guard. Maybe you're excellent at De La Riva guard. And this person isn't so good at passing De La Riva guard. Maybe they're not experienced with it. Often these people who are really, really good, they have blind spots in their game because they've been training at a school where maybe nobody at that school does a certain kind of guard pass or does a certain kind of guard, and that gives you an advantage if you study on that area. Maybe they're really bad at defending closed guard because nobody at the school does closed guard anymore. Well, that could be your in. That could be your technical in. Same exact thing applies to physical attributes. Let's say that a guy is big, he's strong, he's explosive, he's fast, but you're flexible. Okay, there are flexibility-based games that you can start using. You can start using inverted guard. You can start using rubber guard. There are guards that leg dexterity and leg flexibility are really important. Hopefully, you can start using that in your game. There's even attacks from the top position. You know, you can't tap them out with an arm bar, but you can get them with a go-go plata or something crazy like that, that relies a lot more on flexibility than most other techniques. Another example is endurance. Maybe you've got good endurance. You got a person's big, strong, fast, technical, yada, yada, yada. In order to beat that person, you got to take them into the late stages. You're not going to win in the first 5 minutes of sparring. You're not going to win in the first 10 minutes of sparring. You might win in the last 15 minutes of sparring. So you're using your one advantage, which in this case is endurance. Previously it was flexibility. So you have to find one area, technically or physically, where you are better than that person. Then use that area. If they're better than you in every way, shape, and form, well, then you better resort to prayer, because unless they make a giant mistake, you're not going to win. Sorry, that's the truth. Find your strength, find your relative strength. You don't even need to be fantastic at what we're talking about. You just need to be better than what the other guy is. You don't need marathon runner level endurance to tire somebody out. You just need better endurance than they do. If you start with a gas tank that's 3/4 full and they start with a gas tank that's half full and you drive the same distance, you're still going to have gas and they're going to be empty. You're not one of these marathon runners who can go for 12 days and 12 nights with 6 hours of sleep. No, you are, you're starting with 3/4 tank of gas. You're pretty good. You've got a fair amount of endurance. This analogy is getting really, really tortured, but you get my point. You have to be better than that guy at something, and then you have to figure out what that is and make sure that the game, that the match, that the sparring session goes that direction. That's the way to beat somebody who's better than you at almost everything. If you found this useful, subscribe to the channel, then click the little bell thing beside the subscribe button. Turns out that's the way that you get notified when I release a new video.